Good morning, hello, and a happy Friday. How are you all doing today? Um, we're gonna be doing something slightly different. Yesterday, I got a question on Discord. Where was this? It was let's see. All right, so somebody's going through the Sitsu. Hello. So somebody's going through the Introduction to US course and had a question of like, hey, can I provide an external JavaScript, script, and then run functions in it? So, for example, in their person's case, it's an external library that they want to call. But that's not something I would have considered like an introduction type thing, so I didn't include it. But I also didn't look into it. At least not with you. We've done that a little bit in just when we first looked into WebAssembly and just doing like running code in WebAssembly. But that's what I wanted to see, like just lean into it a little bit, just see like, hey, can I define a function in JavaScript and then run it from you, which would be nice because it opens up at least some libraries that we can use to make things a little bit nicer. So that's sort of like, let's experiment that. So I'm gonna go into, I'm gonna create a new workspace for this. All right, so cd into code, playgrounds. Now expect there will be little involvement from you, and you'll have to use Wasm Bindgen directly. That's what I would expect too, and but we need Wasm Bindgen for a lot of other things anyways, so I don't think it's gonna be any bigger cost, uh, as it were. Okay, so let's not use this U. Let's create a new one. So we're gonna do a cargo new U um with JS. That might make sense. Let's open up U with JS. All right, so I'm actually gonna, nope, that's not right. Oh, add work folder. Let's open up U with JS. All right, I think, can I save workspace? Save workspace as. There we go. So this is gonna be U playground. Or maybe I just want this to be like play Rust playground. Probably U playground. Or maybe just playground. I don't know. Playground. Where do I want to put that? I'll just throw that into code there. And I can add that to my launcher. Code. Okay, yeah. So there's the playground. I'll put you right next to there. So I can choose which one of these I want to open up when I start the stream in the morning. Okay, so let's start by getting a hello world going here. So we'll do a cargo add u. Let's see. Oh, we need a indexed HTML. And then in here, I suppose we can have a, not a new folder, a library where we put where you just run everything. Might as well make like at least a half attempt at a good architecture for this. Okay, so if I do probably a functional component. All right, so let's do document main. Also just do an H1. Can we run JS from REST? Okay, so I have this app here, and then in main, let's call this and then run it. Oh, stacking. Yeah. So this is the new extension. So where is it down here? Here it is. You highlighting from undefined publisher, but it's add syntax highlighting to you macros. So that's, I mean, we're kind of getting here, but we should get a little bit more as we add in HTML. But it's so far it's nice. It looks like normal HTML now because we get that same blue. Okay, so we're heading into main. And I want to run what is it? You start app is you, and then there we go. Let's do a trunk serve. I think this is the first time that I've not forgotten, or no, this is the first time that I've remembered to put in that index.html when spinning up a new project. Okay, let's bring in our browser and take a look here, localhost 8080, and here we have our can we run JS from Rust? Okay, excellent. So we've got a good start. Now, I want to pull in a function, and let's say it's just the simplest function possible. We'll start there. So in index.html, also I'm not even going to pull it in externally. We're just going to have a script here where we just say function. I don't think I need to be too careful in naming this, but this is maybe like a new log. It's like this is my special logger. I don't take anything in, and I just console.log. Oh no, I know. It'll be say hello. Say hello. So console.log hello from JavaScript. Okay, so now let's say I want to call this from Rust. I guess like the next thing is, does this actually stay in, or does trunk like sort of compile this out? Well, because this is in the root, I should be able to, well, first of all, let me just resave. So that way it recompiles you. And inside of here, I should be able to do a say hello, and we get that hello from JavaScript. So the code is in the global global state, the global space, the global namespace. Okay, so I bet we're gonna have to use wasm bindgen locally here. I forget how to use that to bring in random code. I don't think U.RS, I don't believe, has any docs on this, right? So they might have some examples. Don't think they have any. Okay, these templates are not the same thing. Oh, there's a parcel template now. Well, that's nice. Oh, you did this in your Tori plus U app. Okay. It's one of the things that I want to do. I want to try out Tori. So like maybe after this next course we might try building something with that. I haven't decided yet. Okay. Yeah, so this is exactly what we're looking for here. So we can use wasm bindgen to do this extern C, which allows us to pull in, like, for example, log from the namespace console. So as simple as it is, okay, so we need wasm bindgen. So let's pull that in. I don't think I'm gonna need those features. Um, I'm also guessing that I'm gonna want to put this into a different file, but let's start here. So we're gonna use, okay, so we want the prelude for this. And then we're gonna have extern C like that, and then this is wasm bindgen macro. Uh, I then want, okay, so this is like an entire namespace thing. I want to, I don't know if I need any of these because like it's just a very simple thing. So I wonder if I could just go straight to like the function definition. So let's do function, um, function, what did we call it? Say hello. So function say hello, it doesn't take anything and it returns, right? That's what I have to put in. I think I have to put in the return. It, well, I guess it also doesn't return anything. It just does a console log. So it's just that. Okay, so if I do that, so far no errors, and you're compiling successfully. Okay, great. So now let's create a button. And let's say hello. You wanted to avoid the flicker while the U app loaded and rendered, so you managed to set the Tori window as hidden, and then went from WASM to JS to Tori to show the window after rendering for the first time. Oh, interesting. So you basically hotwired the good old like DOM, like wait until the DOM rendered thing. I remember us having to do that a long time ago with the front end frameworks before they caught up and just started figuring this out on their own. Okay, so Let's create a on click here. So click equals it's a callback from. We have our event that I don't think I necessarily care about here. So we have our event, and then I just want to now call say hello. You're upset because type annotations. Oh, you're gonna figure it out. Don't worry. There we go. So it's a mouse event. Okay, so everything's happy. You compiled. Here we have this say hello, and when I click it, hello from JavaScript. Okay, so we have now successfully um, called a silly function that we created. Let's be a little bit more complex now. So in index.html, let's add in let's do like the custom logger thing. So if I do function like say hello name, and we're gonna take in a name, and we're gonna say console.log hello name, just from that. All right, so say hello name. You take in a string. So we have name, and you are I think we can get away with a stir. And you don't return anything still. So now we're just taking something. So the next level up in complexity. Okay, so you also use some of this to hack inheritance for custom web components since Wasm Bindgen didn't support it. Interesting. Okay, I usually don't have to think about inheritance type things when I'm using other libraries and doing that. But I could potentially see having to deal with that because a lot of developers are still very like inheritance heavy. All right, so we have the say hello. Let's do this again. And this time we're going to say button on click. I guess I'll just put this in here. So we have say hello, and then we'll do another one. So say hello name, and our name is going to be Twitch chat. So hello Twitch chat. Great. All right. Leveling up again. So we're going to have another function. So function, let's do the simple, let's have it return a string. Or maybe even we could, let's return a string. So we'll like do function add bang. So we take in a string and we return that string with a bang on it because that's something we really need to do here. All right, so back to you. We have what did I call it? Add bang. So you take in a string, which is a stir, and we're gonna get back a string like that. So the question is, can I now say let so like this is with emphasis, or like it's like, with feeling. I guess like name with bang equals, we'll do the add bang. Um, just shout it out. Hello. And then I'm going to, let's see. I don't necessarily have, well, just do, oh, I don't have any glue. So here, we need to pull in console log, right? So uh, they have the example is doing exactly that. So Wazenbeinjan, I want to bring in log JS namespace equals console. So this, I want to bring something like this in. Where I can say, okay, Wazenbeinjan JS namespace console. So I then want to bring a log in. And that brings in this string, which is a stir. Okay, that should be fine for us. So I can now run log and pass in name with bang. So if we run u, we get that bang. We get the exclamation point on it. So now we can get stuff back. I guess like the maybe like a couple more things. What if we add in we want maybe more like complex types? So what if I want something that's like an array of things back? So function like I don't know, random list of random numbers. So how about like list it. So this takes in a, which it can't do types, a and b, and then we're just going to return a and b. So I want to return a new vector of a and b. Or I guess this could also be just an array too. Um, it sort of depends upon what I determine here that it's going to be, doesn't it? So we're going to function list it. So this is going to take in a, which is, let's do these as, it can be strings, it can all be numbers too. Doesn't really matter. So let's do number, yeah, let's do numbers. Like let's say I32, B is an I32. I do have to keep these the same type, otherwise Rust will be unhappy when we get these back, as I want a vec of I32. So now, if I do, okay, so now if I do let list, I guess it's like number list, numbers equals list it, I want to pass in like 1532. So far you claim to be okay. Now, if I try to just log, that's a string. So I could do format with this, but I can also recreate u and say, what if I just do log log list log number list? And so you have numbers coming in here. That's going to be a reference to a vector of I32. That's that. But log, that doesn't work because that's not the same thing. But we can just say JS name equals log. If I select it successfully. Come on. Okay. So I want log, but then another function to do sort of the same thing. You're unhappy now. The trait bound reference to vector I32 into WASM is not satisfied. Ooh, okay, so it has to be owned. So I can't do that. Out of curiosity, can I do that? No. So I'm gonna have to clone that in here or give ownership. So I get the numbers, and then we're going to log number list with numbers in it. Okay. So if I want to do this twice, I just need to clone it. Okay. And here I have logged out my my numbers list. Now, what is interesting is that I get this int 32 array is actually what's logged out. But let's say I wanted to do something else with it. Let's say instead of list it, I wanted to like use this as a normal array. So maybe I don't necessarily want to like do a breakout or anything else. Let's just do like function log 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 each number, or log each. That'll be fine. So I just take a items dot for each item dot console dot log item. So I just want to do that. So log each. So this is we're keeping the log numbers list. Banzi, hello. Nice pajama. This is my flowery shirt. This is because it's Friday. I totally understand it. It kind of on the camera looks like pajamas. It doesn't feel like them though. It's a little bit too rough for that. Okay, so log each, we have our numbers, which is a vec of I32. And we don't return anything. So sure, log the number list, but then also log each and pass it in the numbers. Now here we're gonna have to clone you, not clamp. Clone. Thank you. So it's still, according to JavaScript, still a normal array. I can still do the normal things, but you can tell here that it's essentially a different class that created it, this int32 array. So it's there is some interesting things happening here, but I don't know if it's going to be it's not anything that we need to worry about. We can still just run whatever array methods we want to. Okay, so we have all this stuff. Now, this is all, let's say about breaking this out into like its own file. So if I create a new file, let's call this like the things I want to pull in. What do I want to call this? Like the JS, like js.rs. Sure, why not? I want to pull all of you in like this into here. We also do need to pull in wasm bindgen. Because I don't think we need you. And then I need to pull you in. Okay, so generate hello function. That's not correct. I need, how do I make you public? Can I make you public with this? It's like public say hello. back to you. Yeah, import. Okay, so I can just import it from this JS module, just like everything else. So perfect. So we'll make all of you public and pull you all in. All right, so everything should still be working. I've saved it all. We'll just hit say hello, and there we go. Okay, so everything is still good. That's how we can write our own JavaScript and use it. But let's say we want to write, we want to use a third-party API. Now, in this case, it was like a mapping API, but I don't know if it's really going to matter that much. What is a third-party library we can use that's like interesting? I probably should have thought of one like, before now. Uh, we can pull in like Lodash and experiment with that. So let's grab. Can I? What's your real links? Sure, just give me everything. Okay, so here we have. I want index. Okay, so we have this script. Let's below this put in a script source like that. All right, so I have Lodash being pulled in here. Everything, let's see, let's recompile you. Okay, so you're happy. And I should now have access to dot, what's, what's an example here that we can use? We can concat two arrays, creates a new array, concatenating an array with any additional arrays and or values. Okay, so we can do something like that. So I want concat, that seems to be working. So if we have an array of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, then we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we can now pull potentially in like concat or anything else that we want to. For example, in the case that we wanted to do this in JS for some reason, I suppose this could also be really useful for using something like math.random in the case that you can't really use anything else for some reason. Okay, so Phil's interesting. Let's do concat though. Let's just recreate this. All right, so back in my JS, I should be able to do this. We're gonna have wasm bindgen. We're gonna use JS namespace equals underscore. and I want concat. So hub function concat. Let's pull this in as JS name also. Concat. This is gonna be Lodash concat. Now you take in two things, right? You take in a vector. So this is the A. You're a vector of, let's say in this case, we care about I32s. Now I could potentially use generics here too. We can play around with that maybe. I32, and then now JavaScript lets me put in whatever I want, but I'm I'm not in that land here. So I can basically say like, hey, we're gonna concat three things together, and it's always going to be three things. So you're gonna be B is another vec of an I32, and C is always gonna be a vec of an I32. And you're going to return back to me a vec of an I32. So let's try this. So that works there. All right. So I have my numbers here. Let's clone you. And let's say I want more numbers. So that hey, I can even use listit for this. So that many numbers equals concat Lodash concat. There we go. We're gonna pass in numbers. I want a vec of maybe like 42, and another vec of 36. And then let's log the number list. So let's see. We got 0, 42, 36. Now this numbers is supposed to be like 1532. So 42, 36. So I got the 42, 36. I lost the 0. If I did this as just its own vector like that, and I did, let's see, 15, 16. Yeah, I'm losing that last one. How about if I add in a second number to here? So 42, 32. Oh, look at that. It's becoming 0. It's becoming 0 for some reason. Now, if I were to use underscore, so concat, and I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's supposed to become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So something is wrong there. All right, so Lodash concat is off of, okay, so JS namespace that JS name is concat off of Lodash, which becomes Lodash concat. We have A, which is a vec of I32, vec of I32, vec of I32. That all seems to be fine, and we're returning a vec of I32s. What am I doing wrong here? Why are you turning that into zeros? Um, yeah, why are you getting 0 here? Feels a little bit strange. I wonder if we can find in the debugger. Okay, I changed my mind. I don't want minimized version anymore. Can any of you not be minimized? Not seeing that. So let's actually just go and copy Lodash. Full build. Why not? We'll take you and all right, so we need to also configure trunk. Okay, so we're gonna oh no, I need like a static. Not file, folder. Static. You sit here at the same level of source. So same level of view. We'll do Lodash. And throw you in there. Which also means that I need to do the fun configuration. Copy the dir. Okay, so rel copy dir. They have some examples down here somewhere. Oh, I thought they did. Oh, like this. Link, data trunk, rel type. Okay, come on. Let me do it. Copy. Okay. I think this goes into the head, and it's going to be removed after this. So, okay, rel type. Type is one of the assets listed below. So I want copy dir. So rel equals copy dir. Okay, that href path. Okay, so path is, I believe, root from here, so it's just going to be static. That's and I think that will just build it in. So if I come back to here, hit resave in dist, I don't have it yet. Oh, well, that's the wrong one. You hit save. Oh, it did not bring that in. It must not have found it. Oh, I need to save index. There we go. Now I have static. Here's Lodash in here. So I'm going to do script source slash static slash lodash.js. There we go. That should. Okay. Here's Lodash. Let's find concat in here. Okay, function concat. Here's the basics of it. If I just put a breakpoint on you, you really need to practice being vocal like that when problem solving. It's something that I learned a long time ago, and it actually like it's kind of funny because when I'm programming on my own, I'm like, I don't feel like streaming today. Let's just like program my own. I like it takes me longer to problem solve. Okay, so if I say hello, pause on a breakpoint, so I'm here now, I can actually take a look to see what is happening, what is going on with my code, which is really, really cool. So I can now see, like, hey, what is going on? So arguments, we have 15, 16. Oh yeah, I completely skipped over the point. But yeah, speaking out loud for me at least helps slow me down and helps like really put everything into its place to be able to debug things properly. So in arguments, we have, and actually, the coolest thing about breakpointing here is I can come to the console and I can just type in arguments and just see what we have. So we have 15, 16, 42, 32, 36. Is that what we put in? Fifteen, 16, 42, 32, 36. So that is correct. So it's not like I've somehow handed them the wrong things. Okay, that's good. Now, okay, if not length, so there is a length to arguments. Length is 3, so we have 3 of these arrays. Okay, that's great. Return empty array. Okay, so then it's going to get down to here. Array length -1. So it's going to turn the last thing that I have into an array. So let's go down to here and see what we got with args. So args is now length 2. Two empty slots. And length is the size. So if there was 3 things, so that would be 3. So give me position number 2. So index 2. But I think we're screwed here. This is a problem. And I don't know if there's anything we can do to make this better. I wonder if I can do it as an actual array instead. Okay, so anyways, array argument 0. Oh, wait. Var args. Oh, I hate the comma syntax when you're creating new variables. Also, why is it still using var? That seems. I guess they're trying to be like as interop as possible with all of JavaScript. Okay, so then we're gonna get arguments of 0. So we're gonna get the first one here. So let's just go down to here. So now array is 15, 16. Okay, 15, 16. Index equals the length. Interesting. while index, okay, so they're going to decrement with index args and arguments of length. So args, interesting. So they're assigning into args. So they created a brand new array. That's why it's an empty array, but of that length. And so they're going to throw in the arguments from that. So arguments in here. So they're going to go backwards, including this. So we're going to see this happen multiple times. So in here, index is 2, arguments is empty. You go through one more time. Arguments now has this full array in it. But it has the full array in it. And then it has another array in it. And then it's done. And we get this. Something, okay, so let's see, do that. Return array push is array or copy array. Okay, so if it's is array, oh, what is array doing? Can I actually? Oh, I can't edit this to like add in my own stuff. Although I copied my own thing in here. Hold on. We can easily. Okay. This is line 6923. So we just come to Lodash. Go find. Let's see. Okay, this is gonna take longer. Let's find concat. And I think it's function concat. Yes, here we go. Right here, I want to do a breakpoint, a debugger. And then I want to do a just const is array equals is array. I want to see what the result of this is. I have a feeling. Okay, so here's my debugger statement. So that paused me here. Is array is false. So it's not an array, but it kind of is, but it's that weird sort of like other type thing. And then so if it's false, it goes to this side over here. So give me an array, base flatten. So then it tries to flatten the next thing. And so then this array is arguments of 0, which is that first one. And then I wonder if base flatten's also doing the same thing. Array depth predicate. That's why we're getting like 0, 0 because it's doing some weird stuff like that. Okay, so now to solve this, my first instinct is to not pass in vectors, but pass in real arrays. So what if we come in here and everywhere we say like, hey, I have a vector, what if instead I just say we have an array of I32 and it's like length of 2. All right, so log number list, so that's length of 2. List it. This is the length of 2. Dota, hello. Log each, sure. That's gonna be a list of 2. You Lodash connect. Okay, so connect Lodash concat. You are a list of 2, a list of 2. Oh, is my mic low? I need to just pull it closer, maybe. How about this? Is this better? And then I'm gonna pull in one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want this to be a list of 6. Okay. You're upset. Oh, I can't do I-32. I have to remember numbers. Okay, so before I do this, let's try a vec of F64s because there's only one type of number in JavaScript. All right, so what are you upset about? Oh, that's weird. Oh, hold on. Okay, we're fine. Oh, you took today off since Labor Day is Monday? I did not take today off. So, but congratulations. That's awesome to have a nice 4-day weekend now. That's always nice. All right, so let's try this. I'm going to come down here and do all of these as F64s. Okay, so then back to you. You're all upset. So I think I can just take you. I'll do dot zeros. Okay, so you all compiled. Let's see if you work. Oh, I probably don't need that anymore. So let's just continue on. And oh, not a number 36. You're all about Labor Day. Labor I I think we're just gonna go like on a bike ride or something. I'm not sure how I'm gonna spend Labor Day yet. I might end up just also like doing a normal stream in the morning and then doing that. But telling that joke for 2 to 3 days now, yeah, it's like we're gonna not labor on Labor Day, right? Or I'm perfectly willing to also have that be the only day that we do labor. I have a suspicion that companies don't like that idea. Uh, all right. Okay, so now I have a float 64 array. You are nan now. What? These are numbers, right? Okay, so Lodash concat, I have a vec 15, 16, 42, 32, 36. All right, so you seem to be very unhappy. Now, what if I just put you in as an array and I just say like 64.0 12.0. Oh, which means this. I'll fix it here. So you're that, and you're just a plain array. You're gonna be upset just for a second until I fix you. You're gonna be an array of F64 2, except that last one, which is an F64 1. Okay, you're upset. The trait bound F64.2 individual is not satisfied. The following other types implement. Oh, look at this. A reference to the array. Okay. Oh, so if I do references, I don't need this here. Okay. And you're trying to identify application behavior with a side project, a stock picker application. Is can view financial statements behavior. Oh, is can view financial statements a behavior? Yeah. A behavior isn't if you can or cannot. I think it's like an actually doing it. So it's not can view. It would be um like click the button to view it, or load the page and then read them. It'd be something like that. So like it would be the action, like why are they reading it? Are they reading it and then something happens and they change and they make a decision based on that? Why am I viewing it? Yes, that's probably a good way to put it. Okay, now if I do a vec like this, I think that might work. Okay, so then you are a reference. But more importantly, I'll be able to do this as vectors again and pass in as a reference. Okay, so back to you. I need to take out that debugger line. Still getting none. Okay. Let's pull this. So then the next thing to do would be I want this to be a vec. Oh, but unfortunately, yep, I'm on two different lines. That's not gonna work. Okay, so a vec. Actually, this kind of works. So I create a vector of it and then also pass in a reference to that right now. So it's just like a slice. Still getting none. Okay, so not a number, not a number. Which is strange. So this one came back as that. I wonder if it's like I wonder if I set this as like an actual float. It's like 12.2 for that dot 1 dot 9. I wonder why this 36 on its own. I wonder if it's because it's on its own is why that's happening. So if I do that, no, I was actually thinking that might work. But okay, so 36.9 was the only one that came in here. Can I cause this to fail with a like 12.1? So I would expect now to get non every time. I'm going to keep that debugger in here one more time because I actually want to see is array is still false. So that is interesting. So arguments, yeah, so it's coming as like this float 64 array. And I think, yeah, I think it's like causing weirdness in here because like they're making weird assumptions. But they're making assumptions that I'm using actual JavaScript and I'm not. And that's causing issues. So is an array false? So if is array is false, then copy array. No, it's not copy array. It's put array around it. Oh, so it's now an array around the thing. And base flatten that, which is going to be interesting. You tried to load Dash with JS video and int32 array, and it just puts all the arrays in another array. Interesting. Why are you using Lodash? It's deprecated, isn't it? Is Lodash deprecated? What do people use now instead of Lodash in JavaScript? I'm just using it. So I'm just using Lodash as an example of a library to then call from Rust. That's all I'm really using it for, is just some library that I can be calling and doing stuff. JavaScript, they use regular JavaScript. Yeah, like I don't use Lodash quite as often. Like there's only a few things that I use it for still, like deep copy or deep clone. I don't use a lot of things from it. But okay, so this array is still okay. So how do you work? Is array. Let's go find. You know what I can do? Turn publish is array. Let's dive in. Wait, did I just miss it? I'm in a WebAssembly. Oh, and then I got out. Okay, let's go find is array. So that's in here. So function is array. That's is array like. Is array like up. Oh. What can I find? Okay. They're using just var is array. Oh, they're using just array is array. Well that okay, and then array is array. Context.array. Context. Of course, that's gonna be. They're gonna make it hard to find where is array comes from, aren't they? Is there an is array in here? Wrong one. This one. Is array. Okay. Checks if value is classified as an array object. Value check, return true or false as an array, else false. True, false, false, false. Okay, so that's the problem here, is that this. Yeah, so the problem here is Lodash is having problems with this. Now, here's the issue, is that if you have anybody that you're using and it's doing weirdness like this, then that's going to be a problem. And so to solve this, we would probably need to write a wrapper to take what we're creating and sort of passing in, and then turn that into an array in JavaScript, then call Lodash, get the result back, and then return that back. So if you're ever using any kind of like third party JavaScript code and just like weirdness happens, take a look at that. Like maybe you can like write your own wrapper for it. But I think in general, this is showing how you can pull in a third party API and then use it. So just sort of like to refresh here, we have our script source. I've created some functions here also, and in JS, here is how we pull those in and use them. So obviously you'll need to create a whole bunch of these, depending upon like, this time I want to like pass in, like call this thing with like 14 different arguments instead of the normal 2. But JavaScript doesn't care because, you know, you could pass in as many as you want. JavaScript is like essentially just macros. Think of it like that. Just macros. So hopefully, any of you who are running and trying to use JavaScript in you, this is hopefully helpful. Okay, so I'm going to also, so when I get this video out, I'm gonna send this in and attach this to the Discord chat, which answers that. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to go over today because we're pretty late in time. One thing we can look at, there was a discussion. So the next stream is going to be on Sunday, which is going to be our Screep stream. And I've been looking in the no, not the arena code, the Screeps languages. Okay, there's a Rust section to Discord here. And somebody was suggesting that you can get global stuff using, let's see where it is, thread local, or a static variable with a mutex in it, which might be really fun. Code. I don't have this yet in GitHub. I'm gonna put this up at the end. Might as well just put it up now before I forget. But I will. Let's get it. Let's do that. What is? Okay, I want. Let's call this what did I call this? This is you with JS. All right, so this is playground experimenting with you and running external JS in you. Make that public. Don't need. Okay, just empty, please. Copy you. Okay, so I've got this. Let's do a git remote add origin. That git status. Okay, so git ignore, cargo log, cargo toml, dist, index, source, and static. That's all fine. So we'll do git add everything. You're still. You know what? I don't need the dist in there. Let's do git move. Okay, so let's open up git ignore. Okay, so I don't have dist anymore. I have the sources static. That's fine. Index cargo. Okay, so that's all fine. So git commit. M is gonna be. I'll just initial commit. That's fine. Push. Do I need to create? I do. Push -u origin. And here you go with this. There is a link to the code if you want to go sort of play around with it and check it out. And yeah, that's it. On Sunday, we're going to be doing some more Screep stuff. And I learned about two things I want to experiment with is thread local and a mutex um, static variable. Next, let's run Rust with JS. That's actually very possible. If you what is it? There's a library that somebody recommended or somebody referenced that allows you to put Rust and just call it directly from JavaScript files. Uh, it's like there's WebAssembly stuff behind the scenes, but you don't have to worry about it. But like in a way, that's kind of what we do. Um, but yeah, I mean that's kind of what like the WebAssembly is for. But there actually is a way to expose functions in Rust that you could then run directly with JavaScript, which is nice. It's pretty cool. I don't I think that's I don't think we necessarily need to do that part of web development usually, but I could see that being useful in backend type stuff where uh maybe you have some like long running like heavy duty code. You want to just like offload this huge object and have it like parse through it and do some stuff to it and then return the end result. Uh, and you ship that off to a different thread, a different process. But also you don't want it to be that, so you just you let JavaScript run that in a worker, and then just run that function. That's possible. Like it's all possible, and it's really cool that you can do that these days. Dark magic indeed. Okay, so that being said, it is to that point now where I'm gonna start ending the stream. I am gonna go ahead. Let's see. Nothing else in here. I've got this all committed and pushed up. I think we're good to go. All right. So, thank you everybody for hanging out today. I'm happy we were able to figure out the JavaScript stuff. The uh, the Webpack things are always Webpack. No. That's the wrong thing. It's what is this technology? What am I doing? It was Wasm Bindgen. Wasm Bindgen is always an interesting technology to play with, and it just works, which is nice. Using so we were able to get this done. That's great. Next time it's going to be Screep stuff. We're going to play with global variables, thread local. I want to sort of experiment with that. Plus, also like all of my attempts to do strategy have just failed, so I need to like rethink how we're doing stuff. So if I see you on Screeps Day on Sunday, great. Otherwise, I might see you on the next Monday morning. We'll do more of this stuff. So with that, have a good day. I'll see you next time. Bye.